Morning, Judy. It's Shelly and Coco, and we are starting training today. So she did really good with all the dogs yesterday, just playing and socializing and getting used to everything. She did great in the crate last night, and it's really a kennel. It's 4 by 4 by 6 feet tall, and then it's got a little play spot in it like that, and it has blankets on it, and she didn't make a peep. She was tired for sure, and she's just eaten a couple bites of food, which you told me she would do, and you were correct. But I have a feeling tonight she'll be really hungry. But she's pooping, peeing, and she's drinking a lot, so I'm not too worried about it. Today we're getting used to the e-collar. So she does not like the vibrate. When she's jumping on me, I'm tapping the vibrate. If she starts to chew on the leash, I'm hitting the vibrate and she'll drop it. Everything else I'm going to use the stem for, which is the tens unit part. I have it on there really snug for 2 reasons. If it's not on there tight, she's not going to feel it until you get to a high number, and then it'll go through her hair. The other thing is, if it's bouncing around, it can rub off her hair. So we want it to be on there nice and snug, and she's comfortable with it on. She is scratching at it a little bit because it is new. She has 2 collars on, her collar and the e-collar. Because the e-collar is electronic, you don't ever want to attach anything to it. But she's doing well with everything else. She is very selective on when she comes and sits. So the e-collar that she has is a micro, it's tiny. And you won't be able to feel it in your hand, but she can. And it's kind of like somebody tapping her on the shoulder saying, hey Coco, come on. And it gets a little bit harder until she finally takes that first step towards me and it stops. And then she may decide to go another direction. If she does, that little tapping starts again. Come here, Coco. Come on, Coco. That's a good girl. So right there, I hit the vibrate as soon as her paws touch my leg. So what we do to condition the dog to the e-collar is just work on come and sit. So I have it at a 3. I'm holding it down, it's stemming, and I'm putting a little bit of leash pressure on. Now I've gone up to a 5, and now we're at a 7, a 9. Good girl. Here she comes, it stops. When I ask a dog to come, I want her to come all the way to petting distance, and then she's free to walk away. I want her to come close enough where I can pet her. So what it's teaching her to do is to come and check in with me. So right now we're going to do it again. Coco, come. Come. What are you choking on? Come. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. So now she can walk away. She came all the way here. I did go up to a 4 that time. The numbers are going to decrease as she figures all of this out. So here it's at a 3. Coco, come. Come. That's a 5. Good girl. And now I'm going back down to the 3. Good, Coco. I put the long leash on as well because if I don't, she just has this little tingle going on her neck and she has no idea how to make it stop. So if I use leash pressure, she figures it out just a little bit quicker. Goodness, Coco. Goodness, come. Come. Good girl. Right here. There you go. So she's coming back now at about a 5. Doing really good. She did get rolled in the pasture yesterday by Ziggy, the Australian Shepherd, and she did cry and she ran to me and then she took off and started chasing him. So a little dramatic, but she did really well. So I'm going to work with her a little bit more and tune you in on her progress. Okay, we are making progress. So when I ask Coco to come, I'm going to wave her in so she's getting both an auditory and a visual command at the same time. If she jumps on me, I'm turning that up pretty quick and I tap the button as soon as her paws touch. If I ask her to sit, the first time is always free. So if she sits when I ask her, great. If she doesn't, I'm going to hold the button down for a couple seconds and ask her to sit. If she doesn't, I'll click up and it's going up in increments of 2. So we're starting at a 3, so it'll go from 3 to 5 to 7. And as soon as she complies, I click it back down to the 3. We always want it at the lowest possible number to get the result that we want. Another thing is we have a marker word. The marker word is yes, and I have a clicker as well. So if I ask her to sit, as soon as her butt hits the ground, I click the button. That's letting her know, yes, you did what I asked you to do. If I don't have a clicker, I just say the word yes. But our release word is break. So when I say break, it's break, 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 in a high-pitched voice. Good girl, Coco. So that she knows she can get up. And break is literally recess, so she can do whatever she wants to. She can come to me and get affection. She can lay down on the floor and I'll go to her. Whatever she wants to do. If I have a lab, they'll run and they jump in the lake. So here's where we're at right now. The only time I start using the stem before I give a command is with come. And the reason that I do that is because just like today, if they're out in the pasture, they cannot hear me calling because of the wind. But they can hear me calling them with the e-collar. So I hold the button down. As soon as she takes that first step towards me, I just encourage her to come on and I let go. If you continue to hold that button down while she's walking towards you, she's going to be confused because she knows now when she walks towards me, there's no stimulation. When she walks away from me, it starts again. So other than that, I never use the controller before the command. Come is the only exception. So this is what it looks like. Coco, come. Good girl. Yeah, come on. That's a good girl. And like I said, she can just do a drive-by. She came and she checked in. Now she can walk away. If she comes and she just sits on her own, she can still get up and walk away because I didn't ask her to do that. So all she's really been asked to do is come to me. If she comes to me and she sits down on her own and I say, Coco, sit, now she's in a command. I don't use the word stay. The reason being is because they attach the word stay to everything. Come, sit, stay, down, stay, play, stay. And I'm thinking, why use the word stay? It's implied if I ask the dog to sit, that they hold that sit until they're released. Go, go, come. Come. Yeah, good girl. Right here. Sit. Yes, good girl. Sit. That's a good girl. Go, go, sprint. Sprint. Yay! Good girl. Go, go. Oh, that's a good girl. Come, come. Good girl, go, go. Right here, come on. Sit. Sit. Yes, good girl. Go, go, break. Yay! Good girl. Oh, here she is. Here she was. Go, go, come. Come on. Good girl. Yeah, there's a good girl right here. Come, come. Good sit. Good sit. That's a good girl. Ah, sit. Go, go. Good girl. Go, go, come. Girl, come on.